Alright, what is up boys and girls, welcome back to another video. As always, thank you very much for joining me. I am Crypto Maximalist. Please do like and subscribe and leave a comment down below for the comment section, really helps out the channel. And with that being said, we are going to be taking a look at some meme coins that I think are going to do extremely well going forward and have the potential for 100x's etc. in the upcoming bull market. We have obviously had our pre-bull market push to the upside for Bitcoin heading towards all-time highs, and a lot of the larger caps all having a decent move to the upside as well. But we haven't really seen that crazy bull market euphoria that we have seen in previous bull markets for meme coins and smaller caps yet. So I wanted to do a video of some cryptos that I've potentially been looking at and have potentially been buying as well, that we could take a look at going into the next 12-24 months over the next few years to see if we could have some really crazy gains in the market. I think one of the ones that I have been looking at the most is Sharkcat. This obviously had a really crazy launch with the cat euphoria that we did see, but a huge move to the upside, as you can see from all the way from down here. A crazy move. What is this, 50,000% from the lows, probably even more. As you can see, just a really crazy hyperbolic crazy liquidity as well on this move. Obviously a huge retracement here from the all-time high of around 40 cents, 90% retracement. Obviously we had a bounce back up to 20 cents, quite literally a dead cat bounce, and then another sell-off. And as you can see, we've formed this resistance line which we've recently broken out of here, and you can see we've been coming into this area of demand down here. If I just open this up a bit more, you can see we've been coming down, we're getting really oversold, and overall I just think cryptos like this that have had such a crazy pump in the past because of a narrative push, that being cats, the cat meta coming around. I do think when the cat meta comes back around, these kinds of cryptos that have incredibly sold off have a really good chance of doing something really cool. This would obviously be around almost a 10x back to the all-time highs, as you can see, sitting at around $25 million market cap right now. So really you could easily see this doing a 10, 20, 30, maybe even a 50 or 100x in the bull market, in my opinion. If this catches on again, I do think that this has got some good potential going forward. Overall the chart looks really good. I think the narrative is solid, and when the cat meta in the meme coin space comes back around again, we could easily see ourselves heading to the upside for cryptos like this. Right now, as you can see here on the charts, basically Sharkcat completely dead in the water by the looks of things, but I do think things like this do have a potential because of that narrative to come back at any time. And obviously when with this oversold, still loads of good volume as well. Just overall a really good crypto and one to watch for me. So the next one I've been looking at is GME. Obviously the GameStop meta came around as well for a second time and had a really ridiculous, this obviously had a ridiculous move. You can see here, this is a crazy pump on launch. If we just take a look at how much this was, I mean, it's just an unreal move really, when you look at how crazy this actually moved from the lows. That's like a 10x, 100x, 1000x, 10,000x, almost 100,000x off the lows, 100,000x here from this very extreme launch price. Literally 100,000x is absolutely wild. Currently sitting at $30 million market cap. Obviously the narrative behind this needs no introductions. I do think that every time that this comes around, it's probably going to be a very decent pump in the market. You can see a very significant retracement as well. Let's make no mistake about this, this is a very tasty retracement of around 96% there. But as you can see, some people that were accumulating these lows, you can see we basically got a 10x there, and then almost, if you'd held all the way to this extreme high, almost 100x off these lows, as you can see here. And right now sitting at around 25-30 million market cap. The volume is over a million on the daily. Lots of transactions, lots of potential, I think, in my opinion. Huge amounts of liquidity for big buys. I mean, if we do see a crazy short squeeze on the GameStop stock itself, we could easily see cryptos like this doing some big moves to the upside, in my opinion. You can see here obviously GameStop, this kind of looks like it's priming up for another move, in my opinion. You could see obviously you've got a resistance like this which has been broken. You could say there's another resistance forming like this. If we do start to move to the upside from here, it's an easy 10x back to the all-time highs, and then beyond that you could see yourselves heading over $1 billion market cap if there is a good narrative push for that. Something that might be worth considering, having a small position in my opinion, just in case it does a ridiculous 100x from here, just based off the hype of GameStop having a huge short squeeze. Right now, as you can see, looking like it could be gearing up potentially for another move. But and again, as I said before, with Sharkcat, GameStop, that big narrative behind it, I do think that there is some big potential for a move to the upside for something like this going forward into the bull market with retail and the pure euphoria that we could see. So the next one I've been looking at is CAT, which is ticker symbol CAT. As you can see here, very interesting crypto. This is the logarithmic chart. This is your non-logarithmic chart. You can see obviously this caught on with the CAT meta that we saw at the start of the year. Going into January here, you can see we picked up off the lows and had a huge move to the upside. Ever since then, we've been heading down in this big descending wedge, as you can see, going back down to the previous level of resistance as support, which is where we got a nice bounce and a breakout of that resistance level. I do think this is one to watch as well. Obviously, it's the biggest CAT crypto on BNB. And although BNB is very overlooked at the minute because of Solana, obviously the ecosystem of Solana has basically eaten the market share of pretty much everything I can even think of off the top of my head right now. BNB, AVAX, Phantom, none of these have even got started in this bull market yet, have they? In this pre-bull market or mid-bull market cycle that we've had, we've not seen any real movement or a volume on these chains at all compared to Solana. Solana's just been absolutely dominating in terms of the crazy volume that we do see on there. Overall though, as you can see, CAT here, I do think obviously it's just a good, I think this is probably the biggest CAT coin on BNB. And if we do see a big BNB push, we could see this moving up. As you can see, it didn't matter that it was on BNB before. It's still absolutely ripped to the upside. BNB is still very easy to use, low fees, etc. And obviously the integration with Binance, very useful. But overall, as you can see here, a very obvious, tasty move to the upside. And you could easily see this with another backtest now. Backtesting this previous level just like it did last time. Huge move to the upside. Okay, so we've got move to the upside here, continuation, backtest, continuation, backtest, continuation, prolonged cooling off period and backtest. If we have another swing like we have before, you can see these swings were pretty wild. If we just take a look at what these were, something like this, let's just say 10,000% to be conservative. This one here, 5,000%. So if we're just getting like, you know, smaller and smaller each time, let's say the next one's 2,500% from this low, you could easily see ourselves getting up to a new all-time high, as you can see here, and going up and basically getting over a 20x on the next push, especially with the market cap being so low at around 12 million. This could easily 10x above 100 million in the bull market. Overall, just something, again, I believe is worth watching. This meta will come back around, cats will come back around, dogs and cats will come back around, and when they do, we will see pumps in the market for cryptos like this, in my opinion. So just a few more honorable mentions then. Obviously this Dore crypto is an absolutely ridiculous, this is literally the most ridiculous thing I ever did see in my entire life. The craziest chart that you will see. Let me look at the hourly here. Okay, so obviously on launch, the most ridiculous Burj Khalifa you'll ever see. Ridiculous price action. This is actually the most unbelievable price action that I think I've ever seen in crypto so far. If we just take a quick look at the market cap up there, 2.4 billion in the space of 12 hours. This is actually unreal price action. You can see here, I mean, some millionaires were definitely made here. Huge, ridiculous sell-off. Now looking like it's pretty much dead. Pretty much. But I think these areas here, potentially good area for accumulation. Maybe get a tiny bag of it and see if it comes back, because things like this do tend to have a way of coming back at some point. Narrative could be there for a push to the upside. Obviously lots of people bag holding as well at higher highs, but we'll see what happens next. Overall, a few more honorable mentions. We've obviously got another Andrew Tate themed one here. Everyone knows about this one. As you can see, I will not mention the name in case I get demonetized, but as you can see, obviously this is another one which has got the Andrew Tate narrative, which I do think is important going forward. I think Andrew Tate's going to have a part to play in this next bull run as well. There's just a few here that I think I've got that good potential. This one's Slurf as well, very retraced from its all-time high. As you can see, this is a good 5x or so, maybe 6x down from the all-time high. And these are the kinds of charts that you would, in my opinion, want to be buying. Not financial advice, but this is the kind of thing that I would buy compared to the, you know, basically things that are just, don't chase the green candles is what I'm saying. Look for things that are retraced with good fundamentals. $123 million market cap. This could easily go back up 10x, 20x in the bull market, in my opinion. overall, these are the kinds of things that I've been looking at. Hope you've enjoyed the video. As I said, really do go and dive in and find some of these retraced narrative plays. I think they're a good thing to look at. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.